everyone, and welcome back to the Unite Show with Maher
and Ali. We have a wonderful show prepared for you today.
Maher, do you have any ideas?
I got nothing.
You know, usually we would have something really good cooked up for you guys.
You know the routine. I would say something incredibly odd and eccentric, yet very charming.
And then I would roast him for being an absolute fool.
And then we resolve the conflict in a simple yet fun way. And we introduce the next segment.
Yeah, but right now we're kind of running on empty. Quick, Maher, say something stupid.
I can't do it on command.
Are you serious? The one time I actually need you to say something stupid, you can't even do it?
I'm gonna pretend like I didn't hear that.
Anyways, up next, everybody's favorite freshman history teacher, Dr. Wilson, will be talking to us about the procedure needed to set up enrichment activities at uni.
I've been seeing a lot of emails about the enrichment process. Would you like to talk to us a little bit about that? Explain what it is, how it works?
You come to school and you do some activity where you interact with your peers, and it's there to kind of just help you get that social interaction that you've been missing during COVID, right? Like it's there to like help you go and talk to each other and have some fun. Social distanced, masked up, as much fun as one can have during these times. But so we created like multiple slots at the end of the school day. So from basically like, I believe it's like 2:15 to like 4 o'clock or something like that. There's a couple of periods at the end of the day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then all day on Wednesday during our flex day, essentially there could be activities during that time.
What are some of the current ideas for activities?
Sprabitat is they're gonna volunteer at the Randolph Street Garden. The student council had like the basketball scrimmage they did like a few weeks ago. And then they're planning a Spirit Week thing. The subby buddies have been doing tours of the school and meeting up and walking around. There's a few things in place right now, but after spring break, that'll be when things hopefully really pick up and people start doing stuff. If you're in a club or a class, and if you have an idea for something that you think would be, safe and fun to do, absolutely like get a staff or faculty to like sponsor that and work on it. Because, one of the hard things right now for the teachers is just kind of thinking of ideas, right? We don't know all of the things that you guys might think are fun or that you would like to do. It doesn't have to be educational. It doesn't have to be anything specifically connected to a class. It could just be like a fun thing to get outside or, use the gym or something like that to do while we're in this current situation.
Okay, so we're back.
And while Dr. Wilson was talking to you guys, we came up with a couple ideas for new transitions and stuff to help make the episode a little bit funnier. So I actually have an idea right here. Okay. Hey, Ali.
What, Maher?
Do you know what masks are useful for besides preventing the spread of COVID and making our world a safer place?
What are masks useful for besides preventing the spread of COVID and making the world a safer place?
Helping reduce the sight of your face on public streets and territories.
Okay, well, it looks like we'll have to go back to the drawing board. Anyways, up next, we will be hearing from Uni High's Health and Safety Task Force about the upcoming safety protocols that we will be utilizing at our enrichment activities.
Hello, we're the Health and Safety Committee, and with the weather getting warmer and numbers going down for COVID, we are excited about students being able to get back on campus to do some OCECA, on-campus enrichment and classroom activities. We have missed you so much, and we are just wanting you to be back in person with us. We hope that we can do that in a safe way, and that will need all our cooperation. We hope that this video will be helpful to know how to get to school, some little tips that you'll need to remember as you're in the building, and some information that you don't want to forget. So we are looking forward to seeing you soon for our OCECA. Can you say that 3 times fast? OCECA, OCECA, OCECA. Not as easy as it looks. When you get dropped off for your OCECA, You will be dropped off on the Matthews side, right here in front of the building. Once you get dropped off here, there's Frau Robbins, and she's walking into the building. There will be cones set up
6 feet apart, so if there's a line at the door, just stand by a cone until it's your turn to go in.
Once you arrive at the door, you'll be greeted by a friendly administrator, Dr. Radnitzer, and there you will show him your negative COVID results. As you enter through the building, there will be 2 self-screening stations in which you will be able to go ahead and take your temperature, and then you will write down a sign-in of your name and your temperature and the date. After you sign in, go ahead and grab some hand sanitizer, and you are ready to go. Once you get inside the building, you will see that we have chairs set up as an aisle. Always walk on the right side. If you have a class upstairs, make sure you're taking the Springfield stairwell, because that is the up stairwell, and then the Stoughton stairwell was the down stairwell. So make sure you're going up the right staircase. Once you enter the classroom, all desks will be 6 feet apart so that you can learn with enthusiasm and stay safe, socially distanced. You want to make sure that you're adhering to all cleaning procedures at the beginning and the end of each class. At the front of each classroom is a little cleaning station. So make sure that you grab a wipe and wipe down your desk before you sit down. You want to do this before you start class, and you want to do this before you leave the classroom. Also, don't forget to use your hand sanitizer. You can never have too much. All windows will be open for ventilation. Now let's talk about bathroom etiquette. If you need to use the restroom, go to the restroom and there will be a sign on the door that says available or occupied. Please make sure you turn the sign before you use the restroom. After you use the restroom, make sure that you are using proper hand washing for 20 seconds by singing your ABCs or counting to 20, making sure you're washing your wrists and in between your fingers and your thumbs. Proper hand washing is key to keeping yourself healthy from the COVID virus. Once you've finished your business, just make sure that you're putting the sign back to available for the next person who'd like to use the restroom. Another thing we want to highlight is our water fountain. You will see that you will not be able to drink from the water fountain, but you will still be able to fill up your water bottle as necessary. Again, please don't be drinking from the water fountain, but you can fill up your water bottle. And make sure you get some hand sanitizer after each use. Exiting the building will only happen on the north side of the school that leads out to the Stoughton Street exit. Here, when your ride arrives, you are welcome to leave. And if you are waiting, there will be cones set out so you can wait at designated cones, so that we're making sure we're staying 6 feet apart. We are so excited to have students in the building again and to be in person again. And even though it's not full in person or in a hybrid model, we are very excited about our OC-ECAs. This is only going to work with your full cooperation, but we believe that you can do it, and we are so excited to start this after spring break. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the Health and Safety Task Force by emailing us with any questions or concerns you have. We hope you have a great day and see you soon.
Up next, the Spectrum Club and the New High Library have teamed up to create a queer young adult literature book club.
Here's more information on that.
So Spectrum is collaborating with the library to host a book club that's centered on LGBTQ plus voices and stories. We welcome all students, and it's not too late to sign up. We are currently reading our first book, so if you want to join us for some queer, lit, and having fun socializing with people, reach out to a uni librarian or just check the newsletter for a sign-up link. It should be a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for that information. Last weekend, Uni High Science Olympiad team competed in the regional tournament, and here to talk a little bit more about that is Aryan, one of the co-captains of the team.
Hi, I'm Aryan, co-captain of the Uni High Science Olympiad team, and Science Olympiad is this academic competition where we compete in various events that span all the major fields of science. And events can be broken down into two large groups, which are build-its and study events. Now for build-its, you're going to be constructing something in which will then be tested on its ability to do something or on its quality. So for example, there's this event called Machines, in which you have to build a compound machine that is judged based on its ability to determine the relative weight of two different masses. That's pretty cool. And another great example of a build-it is protein modeling, which is something that I'm a part of, clearly. And in protein modeling, you're judged on the quality of your protein model and also on a short test you take on what your protein actually does. There are also study events, if that's your cup of tea, which are more so just a really in-depth test on a certain area of science. So for example, I'm in a study event called Disease Detectives, which just covers the broad topic of epidemiology, which is especially relevant during the pandemic. And Uni actually has two Science Olympiad teams, a varsity and JV team, both of which will be competing at regionals March 6th. So that's coming up for me. And yeah, so if you're interested in joining Science Olympiad, it's a little bit late in the season right now, but we do open up formal applications every fall, so be on the lookout for that.
Allie, I wish I was in Science Olympiad.
Well, first of all, the season's halfway over, and second of all, you were on the team before.
You kicked me out.
You didn't contribute anything.
That was a busy year for me. That was the year Avengers Endgame came out. So.
Yeah, well, that explains everything. Up next, we here at the Unite Show have a couple things to inform you about.
Next week is spring break, so we hope everyone's able to get some good rest and relaxation in before we head into the final stretch of the school year, the fourth quarter.
What this also means is that this Sunday marks daylight savings time, so please make sure to change your clocks.
Allie, what's daylight savings?
Clearly, Maher and I are going to have a conversation after this episode airs.
If you are planning on traveling outside of your home during spring break in the next couple of days, please keep in mind and be aware of the safety regulations that Dr. Ratcher sent out regarding travel to all of us.
These guidelines were made by the Champaign-Urbana Public Health District, and although it may be hard to follow them, especially considering that we've been in quarantine for a year now, please do your best to adhere to these guidelines to keep yourself and other people around you safe and healthy.
In the same vein, although campus celebrations might look different, unofficial St. Patrick's Day may be happening on campus, so be aware of your surroundings and be a little bit careful because there might be so many more people on our campus.
Up next, Uni High's Enlist Club will be collaborating with the Dream House on a new project. Here's more information on that.
Dream House is an outreach club at Uni that works with the local Dream organization focused on young Black boys in the community. Uni students work with the students through short lessons focused on simple experiments talking about an interesting aspect of STEM. Recently, we did an asynchronous lesson that used milk, food dye, and soap to talk about surface tension. When we create these lessons, we're looking at easy experiments that we've done previously in school, camps, or we find online. We're writing up a simple instruction step by step for the kids to follow and the mentors to lead them through if we're not doing it with them live. We're looking at a couple discussion questions to think about what's happening and then writing up an explanation for the chemical processes behind what we're seeing. If you'd like to get involved with Dreamhouse, please contact Mr. Bergendine.
Junior Lawrence is utilizing his famous skill of beatboxing rap to teach science. Here's more on whatever that is.
Hey, so I started making these videos in the summer of 2020 because I was just interested in doing it, and I also spent a decent amount of time on YouTube and was bored, so I felt like this was something fun to do. And my original intention with these videos was to make STEM look cool, as the name implies, but I think ultimately I want this channel to contribute to people's entertainment, but also give them a way to learn more about science and the process.
Yeah! Back in high school I used to get the two confused. Now we know the thermal laws and yeah, we see them used. 0 Alta 3, look at MC Delta T, had me.
Also, I'd like to shout out Brooks and Dina, who are working with me to make these videos. We have one that is going to upload soon if it hasn't already been uploaded by the time you watch this video. If you'd like to help me and work with me to make these videos, I'd be happy to have you, and let's make this cool.
That's all for this week's episode of The Unite Show.
We hope you guys are all staying safe and united in these trying times. When we see you next, we'll be in the last quarter of the school year.
Only 1 quarter left of Unite Show episodes.
Only 1 more quarter left for me and Allie to keep hosting the show.
Maher, I thought we were doing this in college.
You're doing it in college. I'm retiring.
I see.
As always, please drop any pictures of yourself or your friends or peers that you might have into the Uni High Yearbook Dropbox, and follow us on social media at unihigh.yearbook.
Here to unite the community, this is The Unite Show with Maher and Allie. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching, and have a good spring break.